There has been a lot of turmoil since Chan's ex-boyfriend Ronnie was killed in a ridiculously careless act of violence. Fans think a mystery is developing behind the scenes. For those who haven't heard, Ronnie has been asserting for months that he is the biological father of Khan's child, Chrisean Jr., in case you missed it. Blueface has wavered between claiming the boy and disputing his paternity, which has led to a great deal of dispute around Khan's paternity. These days, there is a conspiracy theory around Ronnie's passing. Some claim that because he was the biological father and was going to reveal some serious information, he was unalive. Untrustworthy information, and what secrets did Ronnie carry with him when he died? What's going on here? Considering that Blueface and Chrisean were not a well-known couple, I don't want to cast judgment, but I think that everyone anticipated this to be a controversial situation from the minute Chrisean announced she was expecting. Blueface started acting out right away, accusing Chrisean of trying to pass off a child that wasn't his as his own and claiming that Chrisean was trying to do so. The best way to end things was to have a child. He answered your questions on Twitter. Okay, I've had enough of rock. It's a commercial issue. I made an effort, but it was clearly insufficient. Brack had dated 11 men in the past 12 months before she came clean and said she was expecting a child from someone else rather than me. But I knew it wasn't Blueface's and wasn't mine after witnessing a DNA test. Baby Blueface demanded a DNA test from Chrisean to settle the issue once and for all. Chrisean finally consented to take the test after some back and forth, and the results verified that Blueface was. There was not the slightest doubt or uncertainty in his mind that he was not the father.
What?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Let me get the father. Babe, that's me, you're the father.
It's not.
He started trying to persuade Chrisean to get rid of the child since he was going to keep abusing her. For example, he texted Chrisean, "I will always be unfaithful. I won't disguise it at all, I promise. I'll be with the next little bee, and you'll be stuck in your house with the baby. Having a baby will make things more difficult, and you don't want to be stuck with someone like me given my feelings for you already." Anyone who believed that because he was the father, he would treat her better or feel guilty was misinformed. After she refused, he launched into a diatribe on Twitter, declaring that he would never pay child support and that he didn't want the child. He said, "Whoever the judge is on my child support case, I told this girl I don't want the baby. She still has time to get rid of it, and she's forcing it on me, so you better make the price right. She's trying to trap me." Chrisean and everyone else knew that Blueface didn't care about her or the unborn child throughout the entire pregnancy. Despite his urging to terminate the pregnancy, his attitude suddenly altered when the baby was delivered. He started to take custody from Chrisean because he was worried for the baby. The situation shifted when Chrisean failed to incorporate. The baby's first and last names were listed as Chrisean Malone Jr. on the birth certificate instead of Blueface. Given that Chrisean spent the entire 9 months attempting to convince everyone, including Blueface, that the baby was his and forcing him to accept it, a lot of people paid attention. But Chrisean acknowledged that she and Blueface had split up by then, which could assist to explain her choice. Chrisean and Blueface seemed to get back together a week after Chrisean was born. He even made the trip to Timor to meet her and the child, and they appeared to get along well. Chrisean even captioned a picture he shared of the two of them. It would have made sense for her to finally put Blueface on the birth certificate at this point because Daddy and I were back together and things were going great. That didn't quite add up though, given everything that had occurred to them. She didn't, which surprised me. You would think she would have made it public if they were truly back on track, but she didn't, leaving many people confused. She said that Blueface was attempting to punish her for not naming the child when he soon started to cause havoc once more. She wrote on Twitter, "I'm not fit because he's Chrisean Jr., not Jonathan Jr. Tell them that you want my child taken away because I named him after myself. I'm trapped with a manipulator who thinks I'm sluggish or foolish. Please, Blue, don't use taking my baby away from me as leverage. Instead, worry about your probation. I have papers. John is greater than Porter. The child's birth reignited the controversy around Cran's choice to leave Blueface off the birth certificate. Because she agreed to a DNA test throughout her pregnancy, he was reported as the father. The justification may be a lot more complicated than first thought. The possibility that Cran had completely falsified the DNA test grew. Then, Ronnie, Croon's ex-boyfriend, came forward to claim the child as his own. Having said, "You are not the father, Blueface," he posted pictures of the two of them side by side to emphasize how much they looked alike. Cran also liked a post that said Ronnie was the baby daddy, which seemed to confirm the rumors. Then Ronnie played a tape that showed they had slept together when she was pregnant with Cran Jr.
All I want y'all to do is hold people accountable so that Chrisean Jesus Porter can have the life that he deserves and the father that he deserves. All I'm saying is I think that what happened was Blue told her to go get her book. In the process of her going to his baby, she got pregnant with mine. And that's why she's scared to do a DNA test. I want to make sure that Chrisean, Eugenia, Malone hears me loud and clear. Make this easier for me and make this easier for yourself by doing the right thing. You may be going through postpartum right now. You may be going through the mental baggage of being a mother and not having a good role model of a mother. You need someone that will hold you accountable and that will help Junior get the proper care that he needs. At the end of
Blueface then posted on Twitter saying, "I don't think that's my baby, and I knew something was off. I thought that the DNA test was a little strange. I had no influence over what appeared to be a phony test." Additionally, the man who was claiming the child resides in Boer, while you and the father who is claiming the child reside in Los Angeles. So why would you have the child in the first place? They resemble each other far more than I do. Everyone, how are you feeling? He went on to say, "I have 2 babies and a baby mama. Kids, I'm free until further notice." He also mentioned how surprised he was to see the DNA results when Cran handed them to him, stating, "I didn't even consider that the paper was folded up and the merit test never looked like that." In response to the query, "Tell me why I snuck and swabbed this baby," he also admitted to doing a clandestine DNA test, the results of which came back negative. "Even though I was coming, it was bittersweet to learn that I am not the father. I can do it, but it's really in my best interest. Thank you very much, Jesus." Ronnie appeared to be the father now. His insistence on getting a DNA test has put him in the news once more in recent weeks. Even though she believes the kid has an illness, Khan has been hesitant to get him medical attention since she doesn't want anyone to find out. Ronnie reportedly desired to acquire the boy assistance with medical matters, but he tragically passed away just outside his house, so that never happened. Police were called, and by the time he reached the hospital, he was pronounced dead, albeit the details of the incident are still unclear. This is terrible since at the age of 24, he had a bright future. Numerous conspiracy theories have already been developed regarding how he was picked out for exposing Cranfor. As you all know, Blueface would have been the most likely suspect. This, I believe, is fortunate that he is currently incarcerated. Watch the video below and let me know your thoughts on Ronnie's death under these dubious circumstances. To be honest, I don't think Cran has the strength to conceal his child by lying.